Hello everyone, I'm Graham from Business English Flash, B-Flash. Thanks for joining me. Have you ever been in a meeting that doesn't seem to end and you wanted to say, "Next topic please"? That won't happen again because today we'll be learning expressions to help you manage a meeting. This is the second of our meetings videos. Please take a moment to watch our first complete video titled Starting a Meeting if you haven't already seen it. Let's quickly go over the basics of starting a meeting. You welcome the attendees and you make any necessary introductions. You state the purpose or objective of the meeting. You assign roles. For example, Laura will take the minutes, and lastly you introduce the agenda. Then you may begin discussing the different items on the list. As you are leading the meeting, it's your job to control the flow of the items on the agenda and to keep the discussion moving, to keep you on track. To introduce the first item, you can say, "Let's begin with." For example, let's begin with item number 1, positive feedback on our app. If there is someone at the meeting who knows the topic that is being discussed very well and you would like to get their input, you could invite them to speak by saying, "Karen, would you like to introduce this item?" Have you ever sat in a meeting and wanted to say something, but no one ever gave you a chance to speak? You should give people an opportunity to ask questions or say something, so you can wait until there is a pause in the conversation and then ask the other attendees. Does anyone have anything to add on this point? When you're finished discussing an item, it's good to close that point and open a new one by saying, "Let's move on to." For example, "Let's move on to the next point on the agenda." You could also say, "The next item on the agenda is." For example, "The next item on the agenda is looking at negative feedback and bugs in the app." This makes it clear to the attendees that the previous item is closed and that there is a new item for discussion. Getting off topic or talking about a different subject can easily happen if you don't monitor the item. Sometimes you might need to say or to remind people to stay on topic. For example, your co-worker Julie is talking about bugs in the app, and then George starts asking questions about customer satisfaction surveys, something completely different. You could say, "Can we stay on topic please?" You could also say, "Let's get back to." For example, "Let's get back to the bugs in the app Julie was talking about." It's just a friendly reminder to let people know that they can go too far away from the points on the agenda. An important thing to do while discussing different items on the agenda is to watch the time and sometimes even stop people because your time is running out. So how can you do this without being rude? One expression you can use to tell people that you have to move on or maybe even skip an item is, "Let's skip this item," or "Let's come back to this item next time." An expression you can use if you are running out of time is, "I'm afraid we have to stop here." You can use this at the end of an item or at the end of a meeting. And I'm afraid that we have to stop here. That's all for today. You have learned expressions you can use to manage a meeting. Remember that it is important to stick to the agenda and keep track of the time. I hope the next time you're running a meeting, you feel confident using these expressions. And remember to watch our first video, Starting a Meeting. Stay tuned for more of our meetings videos. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you've heard, give a thumbs up, share with your friends, and don't forget to send in your questions to Twitter at Telelangue, #bflash. Make sure to join us next time. Goodbye.